Hi, it's me. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this round waterfall card using a template I created and have linked down below. I honestly created this file because I needed a compass and protractor, which I did not have easy access to. So I created the template and I'm sharing it with you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use all the files and, of course, assembly. Feel free to jump around as needed. How to use the score file. To demonstrate, I will be using Cricut Design Space. Please use the software compatible with your machine. Click Upload, then click on Upload Image. You could either drag the file or browse for it. I am going to drag the file, and the file is called round waterfall _ scored. A preview image will appear. Go ahead and click Continue. Another preview image will appear. Go ahead and click Upload. When the file loads, you will notice a couple things. Sometimes this left panel pops in and you could just hide it by clicking on that little arrow. And you'll definitely notice that it's quite zoomed in. So I'm going to hit the Shift key and use my scroller on my mouse to zoom out. You'll notice that all of the objects are grouped together. Double check and make sure the size is 24 inches by 12 inches. If it is not this size, please adjust it. Let's ungroup the pieces and review what they are. On the left side, we have the gray cover and the yellow cover decor. On the right side, we have the back of the card and the inner yellow decor complete with a hole that is fitted to have these mechanisms on the inside. So this is the waterfall piece. This is the round mechanism and its lever. These pieces down here are the little picture frames that go on the waterfall. First, we will need to take some of these lines and convert them to score lines. Click the gray piece on the left, open up the group in the panel, click the line, and change its operation from basic cut to score. Click on the group header and then click Attach. Next, we are going to click on the little waterfall piece right here. Open up the group highlighted in the Layers panel. Click on the lines and then change its operation from basic cut to score. Click on the group header and then click Attach. Now Cricut will know to score and cut those lines together. There aren't any other pieces in here that need to have that happen to it, so go ahead and click Make and follow the instructions on screen. To demonstrate, I will be using Cricut Design Space. Please use the software compatible with your machine. Click Upload, then click on Upload Image. You could either drag the file or browse for it. I am going to drag the file, and the file is called round waterfall _ dashed. A preview image will appear. Click on Continue. Another preview image will appear. Click on Upload. When the file loads, the panel on the left might open up. Go ahead and minimize it by clicking that thing right there. And then you'll also notice that the image is rather large. So we're going to zoom out by holding down to Shift and using the scroller on the mouse. Take a look and you'll notice that everything is grouped together. And double check and make sure the size is 24 by 12 inches. If it is not, please adjust it up here. Now, let's ungroup the pieces and review what they are. On the left side, we have the cover and the cover decor. Gray is the cover and the yellow is the decor. On the right side, we have the back of the card and the inner decor, complete with a little hole in the middle of it. And that little hole fits these mechanism pieces right here, which is the lever and the round piece that makes the waterfall go around and round. And these pieces right here are picture frames. This file has dash lines instead of score lines, so we don't have to change anything. This file is good to go. Click Make and follow the instructions on screen. How to assemble the card. Let's start by reviewing the pieces. This is the back of the card, this is the cover, this is the cover decor, and this is the inner decor complete with a hole for the round mechanism, which is right here. And the round mechanism thingy is what the lever, which are these guys right here, attaches to. And this is the waterfall. And these guys right here are the little picture frames that get glued on the waterfall, creating that really cool effect. You're going to need some kind of glue, and it's also helpful to have a tool to help you press down your creases. So let's move this out of the way and get started. We are going to start by assembling the base card, and that begins with folding down that top piece right there. And the reason why it's in two pieces is because this was rather large, so yeah, it needed to be in two pieces, but they easily attach. So you're going to place some glue over here and take something to help spread it out, and then you're going to attach the back of the card to the cover of the card, and then make sure that everything is pressed down nicely so that it looks like one giant card. Next, we're going to take the cover decor and glue it on top just like this. Through the magic of editing, it has been done. So now we are going to work on putting the piece that goes on the inside, which is what I call the mechanism. So we're going to take the piece with the hole in the middle of it and grab our little other circular pieces. One of those circular pieces has 4 cuts on the sides, and then 2 of them are no cuts. So we're going to take the piece with the 4 cuts on the side and then fold up 2 of the sides just like that. Then we're going to take those 2 pieces we folded up and then ever so slightly bend them so that they go in like this. And that's just going to help us fit it through that hole onto this yellow piece of cardstock. So we're going to put it inside of that hole like so. And then we are going to flatten them out. And now we have a little piece that easily rotates around like this. So on top of that piece, to make it a little stronger, I am applying ever so slightly tiniest amount of glue so that I could put one of these whole round pieces on top of it, and it's going to make it a little bit stronger. So we're going to put that on top, and I like to make sure that there's no spillage on the side, so I am just rotating it around. On the back, we are going to put a little bit of glue on this little piece that looks like a bow, and then we're going to glue that yellow piece on top of it again to further strengthen up this rotating piece in the middle of the card, which is going to rotate a lot. So we want to make sure it's nice and strong. And here I am just making sure that there's no glue spillage. Now we're going to take the lever and we are going to glue these 2 pieces together. And the purpose of that is to ensure that it is nice and strong so that it's easy to turn. So now that they have been glued together and pressed together, we have a really sturdy piece of cardstock that is going to be glued right here. And that's going to be our little lever. So we're going to put a little bit of glue right there, and then stick this on top of it. So once that's all set, it will rotate quite nicely like this. So ta-da, see? Look at that. That's going to make our waterfall card or the waterfall mechanism go round and round. Now we are going to take that piece and glue it to the inside of our card. It's going to be glued into the center of this. So we're going to take this and we're going to look at its back, and we're only going to place glue along the edges and not in the center. If you put it in the center, it will not rotate like it did before. So just put glue around the edges and then stick it to the card like this, as center as you can get it. And then we will be done with this piece just like that. So now you see that the lever moves around in a circle freely and it's nice and secure. So the next piece that we're going to work on is the waterfall. So this is the waterfall mechanism, and you'll see all these score lines. And on these score lines, you are going to fold them, and you want to make sure that the fold is nice and soft. And that is where this tool comes in handy, because you can press them, and it's going to allow for some free movement. I did use the dash file instead of the scoreline file just so you could see the lines easier on camera, but I do recommend using the scoreline file for this card. And I mentioned that in the instructions. So once all of those lines are folded, we're going to glue down these little picture frames. There should be 16 of them. And each one of these picture frames are going to be glued onto these pieces right here, onto these individual pieces counterclockwise. So we're going to start on the right, apply some glue onto that little section right there, and then stick down the picture frame like so. And we want to make sure that it is nice and lined up with that crease, but not on top of the crease, which is why we fold it back like this, because it'll make sure that it doesn't stick to the next piece that we put right here. So we're just going to glue, press, and fold it back and make sure that the picture frame is nice and lined up every single time. So just watch the video and you'll see what I'm doing here. So we're going to continue with gluing, pressing, folding it back all the way around. And this piece takes quite a bit of time if you don't want to get too messy with the glue. So maybe another 10 minutes or so just gluing down these little picture frames. After you glue down that last frame, you're going to notice there is one piece left over, and you're just going to fold that back. That piece actually gets glued onto the inside of the card. So we're going to get our card and we're going to open it up. Make sure that the lever is pointed to the bottom right hand corner. Now we're going to take the waterfall with that piece bended back, and then we're going to line it up on top of the lever just like this, so that a piece covers a little bit of the lever. And we're going to mark it. So I'm going to put a little line here and a little line there, and this will be a guideline for us so when we glue that little flap down. So we're going to take this and we're going to apply glue just right over there. And once we've applied as much glue as we need in that one little section, we're going to flip it over and then use those little markings as a guideline and stick it down like this, making sure that it's centered around the lever and that little square kind of covers a piece of the lever right there. So now we need to glue that piece down to the lever. So we're going to make a couple more little tiny pencil marks so that we know where the glue has to go. So tiny little dots, and inside of there we're going to put a tiny little bit of glue. And if you need to, you could spread out the glue with a makeshift tool like I'm using. It's just a piece of scrap paper. And then we're going to slide it under the end of the waterfall card, just like this. So now we're going to give this some time to set. And when it's set, you will be able to rotate the waterfall card just like this. It's kind of cool and kind of simple, but the effect is really amazing. Thank you for your support and for watching this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to comment down below and I will respond to you. I am here to help. So yeah, have a great day and thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.